Hello everyone, I am Ananya Tripathi. In this video, we will be dealing with the preparation strategy for optional paper for Civil Services examination. A brief introduction of myself. I am from Lucknow. I am a graduate in English and Psychology with a minor degree in Political Science. I am a postgraduate in English and presently I am pursuing another post-graduation degree in Public Administration, which happens to be my optional paper for Civil Services examination. This video is divided into three parts. Firstly, I will be telling you how to select a paper to be your optional subject. Secondly, the book list and resources for my optional, which is public administration. And thirdly, how to read the topics, how to take down the notes and the answer writing strategy. So before we proceed with that, we had two questions asked to us in the previous video. Muskan had asked us about the book list and strategy, which is everything in this video. Second question was about number of NCERTs reading required. See, there is no specific number of times as to which you should read a particular book or any particular topic. For example, it took me 12 to 13 times to read one NCERT of class 12th of economics because I was not good with that subject. And on the contrary, it took me hardly 2 to 3 times to understand the entire concepts and events of history. So it's completely dependent upon your ability to understand and absorb. So please see that definitely give multiple readings, definitely read a concept 2 to 4 times and absorb it, understand it, so that you can relate chapter 1 to chapter last. That should serve your purpose. And definitely it's not about the number of readings, it's about how well you are able to understand the concept. It can be done either in one reading, it can be done in 12-13 readings, it completely depends. So let's get started. How to select an optional. See, whatever serves your purpose, whatever brings out the best in you, to whatever subject you can write best answers, and whatever you are best at or you can develop your potential to be good at, right? That paper is the best optional for you to choose. It is not the paper which is selling in market, right? A lot of people told me also, they might tell you as well, that public administration is a difficult paper. See, every paper is difficult and every paper is easy. It all depends upon what fetches your selection, right? So do not go on those rumors. Now see, the most obvious subjects that we can choose are what we have studied in our graduation or post-graduation. Now sometimes it so happens that you do not really perform well in those papers of your UG or PG, so you require to make a switch. For example, my optional initially used to be English literature because of my post-graduation, but then when I was required to write answers in 250 words, I realized that condensing entire literature or a novel into 250 words was a very difficult task. It was a Herculean task, at least for me. So I decided to switch. Now how did I switch? You can try doing that. It might definitely work for you. See, read the syllabus of the most probable papers that you can take up. Do not go outside your bounds. For example, I cannot take up a subject like mathematics or physics or engineering, any subject, right? So take something which is within your bounds, well within your aptitude. Read the syllabus. Pick up subjects जिसका syllabus आपको सबसे ज़्यादा attract करता है, right? Pick up the papers of which the syllabus attracts you the most. Now of those papers, you should read the previous year papers. Try to generically solve those questions. Write their answers, 400, 500 words. That's what I did. Do not restrict yourself in the first go. Compare your answers to the model answers and then see the disparity. Right, now see the model answers and try to understand if the technical terms that are used in the model answers, those concepts are coming naturally to you. So what happened with me was that I realized कि मैंने जो concept अपने answer में लिख रखा है, it is actually a legit concept, only I did not know it. So I knew that my aptitude for public administration was good. And if I know the theories and if I know the concepts and I'm able to relate it to current affairs, I would be able to do good in this subject, right? So you can try doing that, and if then the concepts are coming naturally to you, you can definitely take that up as your optional paper. Now be very sure, take one subject, study it thoroughly. Do not change your optional after every 6 months, because if you do that, I think you will waste a lot of time and definitely you will not be able to focus your energy and concentration into preparation in one go, right? It will always keep breaking your flows. So next, we will deal with the book list for this paper. See, this paper is divided into two parts. First paper deals with all the theoretical concepts, and paper 2 deals with particularly the concept of Indian administration, right? So for paper 1, you can take up books which I am telling you. The most common book we deal with is Sharma and Sadana. It's this, right? It's a very good book. You have to read it from cover to cover. It's a thick book, but it has, it has all your resources in one place. So Sharma and Sadana is a really good book you can take up. Secondly, some people also would want to read S.R. Maheshwari, right? Maheshwari is a very simple book. It's not that thick as well. It's a very simple book. It's written in a very simple language. So you can take up that as well. So whichever book suits you. Thirdly, for thinkers, this is the most common book, Prasad and Prasad. We have all read it. I have read it multiple number of times to understand the thinkers. It's a really good book. Now, fourthly, for comparative public administration, there are two books. Either you can take up R.K. Arora or you can take up T.N. Chaturvedi. Now, I am dealing with R.K. Arora. This is a book with a little, complex language. It has a lot of subtexts and sub-concepts and everything, whatever Arora sir has said in his book. So this completely depends upon you. T.N. Chaturvedi is a very, lucid and well-written and very simple language. It has conveyed all the concepts. So you can take up T.N. Chaturvedi, whatever suits your, faculties of understanding. Lastly, I am reading Public Policy के लिए R.K. Sapru. This is also not a very thick book. Okay, you can also see that this R.K. Arora is also not a very thick book. These are all very small, thin books, and they deal with all your concepts very easily, right? Now, for financial, you can either read S.L. Goyal or Thavraj, whichever suits you best. Both are nice books. Secondly, for second paper, which is Indian administration, I have two books. I read with this book, Arora and Goyal. It's a fairly thick book, but it has everything that you need at one place, right? Now, secondly, you can also take up this book. Some people will tell you. This book, I think, for me, did not work out that well. I do not relate to the concepts written in this book, but whatever again suits your purpose. This is Maheshwari and then Goyal and Arora. Now, thirdly, there's a book called Fadia and Fadia. I do not read that book, but if anyone wants to read Fadia and Fadia, it's an amazing book. It also has all your concepts at one place, like your Sharma and Sadana for paper 1, right? Now, some people will tell you more books, books like Mohit Bhattacharya, this, or books like C.P. Bhambre or Rumki Basu or Aribam. Some people will also tell you about this book. This is Public Administration by M. Lakshmikant. It's a fairly thick book. It's voluminous. It has a lot of material inside it. So my personal problem with this book is that since I am already doing post-graduation, I do not appreciate the brief language. But if you really want to take up something written briefly and explain, Mohit Bhattacharya is a nice book to deal with. And if you want to take up this book, it's also a very well-written book, just like your Sharma, Sadana or Maheshwari. It's a fairly thick book. It has a lot of material. You can take this up as well, right? So that being said, there are some other important sources that you must always refer to. Firstly, it's this, right? You must always have this in your hand. I read PM Bakshi. You can always read PM Bakshi or DD Basu, whichever again you find better. You keep referring to the articles and you keep referring to the information given here, the language given here. It will help you understand everything about Indian administration. Secondly, ARC reports are a really important source. You need to know all the ARC reports, all the recommendations, everything talked about within the reports on your fingertips, right? Secondly, you need to know about all the acts and legislatures. And mind you, when I say acts and legislatures, I do not talk about the number of acts and legislations given in your Lakshmikant. You need to know most of all the important acts and rules passed in modern India and post-India as well, post-independence India as well. That will help you understand the psychology of the government, and it will also help you trace how public administration has evolved, because sometimes it so happens that the participation of private sector is a lot in regulation of government affairs or implementation of their schemes and policies and development of infrastructure. So merely by studying these acts and all, it will really help you to trace the evolution of public administration in our country. Thirdly, you need to know about websites of different ministries. It will give you plans and policies and definitely an insight into how the government is working. Fourthly, committees and commissions, there are a lots of them, you need to remember all of them. Fifthly, you need to know schemes. Whatever schemes and plans are coming up, they have already done. extension हो रहा है किसी का, कुछ किसी का expansion हो रहा है, किसी का budget बढ़ रहा है, कम हो रहा है, you need to know them all. इससे आपको ये पता चलेगा कि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेक्टर में या स्कीम इम्प्लीमेंट करने के सेक्टर में वेयर द गवर्नमेंट्स प्रायोरिटीज़ अलाइन, विच इज़ यूनिट 5 ऑफ पेपर 2 प्लान्स एंड प्रायोरिटीज़, राइट. सो दैट एंड लास्टली प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स, ये आपके गाइडिंग स्टार हैं इन प्रिपेयरिंग एनी थिंग रिगार्डिंग सिविल सर्विसेज. इट विल कॉन्स्टेंटली गिव यू इंसाइट कि आपको अपना प्रिपरेशन किस डायरेक्शन में ले जाना है. नाउ मल्टीपल रीडिंग ऑफ ऑल द टॉपिक्स, relation of topics of unit paper 1 with paper 2, relations of all the topics to current affairs, relating all the answers with respect to thinkers given in paper 1, and thinking of your own conclusion for all the answers, particularly paper 2. Then writing answers daily. These are my everyday things that I do with respect to my optional. I will quickly deal with some things that how you need to study your optional paper day by day, right. Firstly, how to read. Pick up a source, pick up a topic, keep reading it every day, right. Pick up a topic, pick up your source and keep reading it every day, one by one, day by day. Multiple readings. You pick up a topic and you read it like 3 to 4 times, right. So multiple readings of all your topics are required, and this I am saying without taking down notes, right. Now when you are able to recall your topics, right, from page 1 to page last, when you reach the last page, you are able to recall what you have said and done on the first page, only then please start writing down. When you are orally able to answer a couple of questions, when you are slightly able to retain or understand or replicate what the topic was, only then start writing it, and write it in a very brief and concise form, right. Secondly, how to relate topics of paper 1 to paper 2. Now for example, unit 1 of paper 1 and unit 1 of paper 2 both deal with the evolution of public administration and evolution of Indian administration. So you can relate both these topics and study them together. Secondly, for example, unit 5 of paper 1 and unit 4 and 6 of paper 2, which deals with accountability and control and union and state respectively. So you can relate these two topics and try to understand them together and read them together. So that being said, third thing is how to study your acts and commissions. So as I had already stated, you do not need to read only the acts of pre-independence India, but post-independence India also. Help you in what direction the administration is going, what legislations have been brought, what are the priority sectors of the government. For example, when you are reading unit 13 paper 2, which is about law and order, you read about the Police Act, you see through what legislations have police evolved. Then you read the committees and commissions that have been established to study the reforms in police or how to better the police structure. Then you read the Supreme Court's directives that takes you to the current affairs. Then you read about the Ranbir Singh committee, who happens to be the Vice Chancellor of NLU Delhi, who has been appointed to read the reforms of all these acts related to law and order administration. तो ऐसे करके आप ना ही सिर्फ हिस्टोरिकल बल्कि करंट अफेयर्स के थ्रू भी अपना पूरा टॉपिक रिलेट कर सकते हैं, ओनली बाय स्टडिंग एक्ट्स एंड लेजिस्लेशंस, राइट. That being said, the fourth thing I want to mention is how to relate thinkers. For example, अगर आप प्लानिंग कमीशन से नीति आयोग का एवोल्यूशन पढ़ रहे हैं, तो what you need to do is जब आप आंसर लिखते हैं तो there is this concept of drawer. Drawer is a thinker mentioned in paper 1. Drawer का concept है of rethinking and abandoning, कि अगर कोई organization when it starts turning futile and it doesn't deliver fruits which are expected out of it, then you need to rethink about abandoning and reorganizing that organization. तो ये एक concept आप relate कर सकते हैं about how नीति आयोग emerged, or what was the need to bring about नीति आयोग into its existence and remove planning commission. So that's how you start relating your thinkers. Now fifth thing is, this paper is the only paper that actually practically deals with all the disciplines. It has a very multidisciplinary approach. कैसे? आपके पेपर 2 में यूनिट 1 इट्स ऑल अबाउट हिस्ट्री, your unit 9 in paper 2 and in paper 1 unit 12, it's all about economics, your financial administration and financial management. You'll read a lot of economics there. Then in paper 1 unit 2 and paper 2 unit 2, it's mostly about philosophy and thought. So you need to have an interdisciplinary bent of mind in पूरे टॉपिक्स को, दोनों पेपर्स को आपस में इंटीग्रेट करने के लिए. Right now, sixth thing that I want to tell you is how to write answers. See, of course, there's just the same plain body. There's an introduction, there's a body, there's a conclusion. Now, introduction should answer why the question has been asked. So it all tells the reader that you are very well aware of the current affairs and ongoing, जिसकी वजह से that question is being seen in the paper. Then secondly, you need to identify the keywords, and your intro should identify and define the keywords given in the question. Your body should be the expansion of that concept. It should relate your question and answer to the current affairs, and it should state a lot of nice examples, right? By lot I mean whatever is in proportionately required in the question. Lastly is a conclusion. Your conclusion should be practical, positive, hopeful and deterministic. मतलब सिर्फ फ्लारी लैंग्वेज नहीं होनी चाहिए, बहुत स्टर्न और डिटर्मिन्ड कंक्लूजन लगना चाहिए कि व्हेन आई विल मेक एन ऑफिसर दिस इज़ व्हाट आई विल बी डूइंग, राइट. लास्टली, हाउ टू ड्राफ्ट प्रैक्टिकल कंक्लूजन, जो मैंने भी बोला कि प्रैक्टिकल कंक्लूजन होनी चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपसे कोई कंपैरेटिव आंसर लिखने को कहता है अबाउट मैस्लो एंड हर्सबर्ग्स थ्योरी विच आर बोथ अबाउट नीड एंड मोटिवेशन एंड द कंटेम्प्रेरी रेलिवेंस, तो आप ने पूरा जैसे जब बता दिया कि मैस्लो ने क्या बोला, हर्सबर्ग ने क्या बोला, एंड इट्स अ कंपैरिजन. नाउ फॉर अ कंक्लूजन यू नीड टू सी कि जो पुलिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है, पूरा हमारा पुलिस सेटअप है, उसमें जो लोअर रंग्स ऑफ ऑफिसर्स हैं, दे आर नॉट वेरी हैप्पी विद देयर वर्क कंडीशंस और थिंग्स टू मोटिवेट लाइक द सैलरी एंड टाइम ऑफ जॉब एंड what rewards materialistically they are getting back from the organization. Such a dissatisfaction with their own work setup leads to not only moral but also material corruption in the lower rungs of police. So ये आप तभी समझेंगे जब आपने उस कॉन्सेप्ट को, उस नीड मोटिवेशन को किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बेस में लगाने की कोशिश की है. दैट्स वेयर योर practical conclusions come into scene. So I think that's pretty much all about what I wanted to say regarding preparation of optional. And if there is anything that you want me to elaborate on, or if there are other questions, you can definitely post down in the comment section. And that's pretty much all. Thank you. All the best.